So last night I had a dream, and in the dream I was in this school and there were spirits everywhere, and in the dream I was really overwhelmed at first and very overstimulated and then frightened because every corner I turned around there were spirits. And so I'm coming to you today with a talk about spirit speak. I'm a spiritual seer, and what that means is that I can see and sense subtle energy, and I use those skills in a medium capacity a lot of the time. So I've been communicating with spirits for many years, and lately I've been having friends and clients reach out to me saying, "Hi, can you help me? You know, this spirit came to me and I didn't understand what it wanted, and I was very scared and I don't know what to do." And so I just want to address a few things today with you all about spirit communication and what that can look like. And so one of the questions is can I learn to talk to spirits? You know, people are familiar with psychics and mediums, and they're curious, like, is this something that I can learn too? And the answer to that is yes. You know, if you think of a musician, you know, anybody can learn how to play a guitar. Some people at the start are going to have more of a natural affinity for it than others, but if anybody puts in the effort to practice and keeps on trying, then eventually they're going to be able to play the guitar as well. So the same is true for becoming a medium or developing your energetic awareness. You know, the more you practice your instrument, the better it gets and the sharper tuned. And so you know, another question I've been getting is, these spirits are coming and I don't understand what they want, and I'm afraid. And so a couple things in relation to this. First of all, you know, after the initial shock of the spirit appearing or coming to you, how does your body feel? You know, do you still feel really tense and uptight? Or, you know, is your hair on your body standing on edge? Are your hackles raised? Do you feel protective? Or, you know, after the initial shock, do you feel calm and curious? You know, what's the energy like? Because your body response will tell you a lot about the type of spirit that may be around. You know, most spirits that are coming to you are wanting to communicate with you or make their presence known, and most of them are going to be more helpful than not. Not always the case, but usually. And so just take a minute after the initial entrance or awareness that the spirit is present and notice how you're feeling. And so when I first started communicating with spirits, I had to practice with yes or no. They would come in and I would be aware, and the energy was really fast and I didn't understand. It took me a few years of developing and asking and working with the energy to be able to get clear messages. So I, you know, invite you to start with yes or no answers. Is there something here? Yes. Is this a loved one? Yes or no. And start with the yes or no answers. You know, I feel a yes or no response in my body now. So a yes feels alive and bubbly and excited, whereas a no feels pretty like solid and so, you know, when I ask, I usually wait for that body sensation to tell me, is this a yes or is this a no? And practice there. That's good in everyday life, you know, understanding that yes or no, just for everyday intuition. So first step is, you know, simple questions. Is this a yes or is this a no? And once you feel comfortable with getting that answer, then you can begin to ask more complex questions. Again, it just takes practice and finding your mantle or your way of describing what different things mean. Now, we all sense energy differently. There's several different types of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. That's what we call the clairs. And there's also different energy centers in the body that different people sense through. And so in communicating with spirit, it's important to, you know, learn which ones that you are the strongest with and practice sensing from there first, and then developing your other senses as well. So when a spirit comes into the room, or when you think something is there, how do you know? Did you see it? Did you hear something? Do you just know that something is there? What's happening? Did you feel the temperature change? Just notice how you comprehend when something is possibly around you, and that'll give you a good indicator of which sense, energy center, or clair ability that you're sensing with. And then I get a lot of questions of, should I protect myself from these spirits? Sorry, I'm in mosquito land. Do I need to protect myself? And again, that's up to you. Do you feel threatened, scared? Do you feel like the spirit is a danger? I find that when I create protection, it's really good for a couple of things. One, it actually keeps the foreign energy out, and so I can think and hear my own voice again. And two, it's really good for cocooning. I use protection when I'm really just wanting to be with me. And so when you're building a really strong fortress around you, it can keep other energies out. But if you're actually wanting to communicate with spirits, it's best to keep an open and porous field so that the messages can get through to you. Again, I've had to play with this over the years. Sometimes I'm really cocooned and guarded, and other times I'm really open and available. And it just depends on how I feel. It's really important to tune into you first. Is this important or safe or a good time for me? Or not, and if it is, great, practice, and if not, try again later, because there will always be another opportunity to communicate with spirits. So I think that's all for today, and I'm Maria with embodiedenergy.me, and if you have any questions about spirit communication or wanting to learn different techniques, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to support you in this journey of opening and establishing your channels of spirit communication. Goodbye for now.